Hello, YouTube here. I'm here to explain another story at the hospital, which is really interesting. I arrived for an MRI scan, and luckily, there was a lovely interpreter with me. However, we had to wait for a long time, and it was quite crowded. The interpreter kept checking her watch, and I asked her what was wrong. She told me she had only been here for 30 minutes. I was surprised to see my eyes moving right side. I told her that normally in the UK, interpreters are present for interviews, conferences, one-to-one meetings, for 2 or 3 hours. She acknowledged this but explained that the hospital had only booked her for 30 minutes. I was surprised and asked, really? MRI scans? How will we communicate? I pondered this as the same nurse walked back and forth, supposedly working in the MRI scan area. I approached her for a chat and explained the situation. About the interpreter's limited time, I asked her what we could do. The nurse walked over to the receptionist, and they had a conversation about booking another interpreter. I asked the interpreter, who was lovely and supportive, if she could arrange for a backup interpreter to be available when she left, but she informed me that they didn't have any backup interpreters. The interpreter agency had plenty of bookings in the area, being a big city in the UK. I felt stuck and it seemed impossible. I had an idea and grabbed the nurse to briefly discuss how the MRI scan would work for me, specifically regarding breathing techniques. The interpreter was with me for about 2 minutes to discuss and agree upon the plan. Then, the interpreter left. During the scan, I lay down on the MRI machine, expecting noise and movement across my face with LED lights. But being deaf, I wondered how they would communicate instructions for holding and releasing my breath. Earlier, we had agreed upon a method involving the nurse touching my toe to signal when to hold and release my breath. When the scan finished, the machine moved down, and we couldn't communicate between me and the nurses. Then, I left the hospital feeling sad. Now, I urge hospitals across the UK to follow the legislation, such as the Accessible Information Standard Act 2016, for England and Wales. I'm not sure about the equivalent act in Scotland, but a minimum of 2 or 3 hours with an interpreter seems reasonable. 30 minutes. A fixed time slot of 30 minutes can be problematic if there are delays, backlogs, or technical issues. The interpreter may have to leave to attend other appointments, leaving deaf patients without support. So please, consider a minimum of 2 or 3 hours. Alternatively, utilize remote interpreting apps with nurses or doctors via tablets connected to Wi-Fi or an effective firewall, where ABSL interpreter can pop up on the screen for sign language translation, or consider providing in-house BSL interpreters. Thank you for watching. Also, if you've had a similar experience, please share your comments. You don't need to disclose where you live. Just share your experience and what happened, including the department or ward you were in, such as ENT or surgery. Don't forget to comment. The audience would like to hear about why there are no interpreters at hospitals. We need to advocate for every hospital. Thank you. Please share, like, and comment. Take care and goodbye.